What about this thing too about, you see, I've seen James Martin and I've seen some others too, giving so-called blessings, and they appear, from what the photo op shows at least, in the verbiage underneath or what have you, they appear to be in direct contravention to the particulars of the document. Like, you'll have Father James Martin, he had two guys in front of the altar and suits holding hands, and he appeared to be giving a blessing in between the two of them. And I've seen others too, with a couple, and the priest has his hands on both of them at the same time. This was in Uruguay, I think. So, like, okay, fine, the document's orthodox, but it's going to be abused, and it's going to start a whole snowball effect, and it's going to go out of control. This document's created nothing but strife and problems. We shouldn't have issued it in the first place, because it's just going to be ripe for abuse.
Abuse does not negate proper use. If it did, we would have to get rid of the Bible, because every day there are millions of people who abuse the Bible. There are millions of people who abuse all kinds of things from magisterial documents. That doesn't mean we get rid of everything written in the last 2,000 years. Again, abuse does not negate proper use. Oddly enough, those are the only two instances that I've seen. The Uruguay priest, where I didn't see him blessing both of them simultaneously, but there are other problems, such as they're both in suits. And this clearly isn't spontaneous. And this is clearly giving scandal. And this is clearly premeditated and filmed in advance. Or, there were people ready there to film it and take pictures and disseminate on social media, violating the document left and right that tells you can't do this. There's that, and there's the Father James Martin. Those are the only two instances that I've seen. Now, maybe there's others. I just haven't seen them. Yeah. I'm not justifying either one of those. I've called both of those instances out on my channel and gone through and reviewed them and showed what's wrong with them, and called for discipline in their case. That being said, two abuses, and it's been out since December. I honestly would have expected more. Yeah. I honestly expected way more abuses than this. I expected abuses literally every single day. So I'm actually a little shocked that we haven't had every single day some scandal that has come out, just because I know that people constantly abuse things. So I'm a little curious as to why we haven't seen more abuse. Again, not justifying the ones that we've seen.
Sure.
Not making light of scandal from the ones that we've seen, but just simply pointing out, gosh, only two.
Yeah,
and it's been since December. I would have thought a whole lot more than this.
Yeah, that's true.
But even so, again, abuse does not negate proper use. That being said, if something is ripe for abuse, and if it is being exploited unjustly through neglect and abuse, then you might want to withdraw the legitimate use.
Yeah.
Right. So if there were a situation where you're constantly seeing it abused every day, as a pope, you might want to reevaluate Fiducia Supplicans and reverse this discipline, because if you have presented something that is good in and of itself, but in the majority of its application, people are abusing it, well, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose for it. Again, abuse does not negate proper use, but if it is being overly abused left and right constantly in the majority of cases, then it's doing more harm than good. So prudentially, it's probably good to just reverse it at that point. That we haven't come to that, because that's not happening right now.
Yeah, and thanks be to God for that. I mean, like you said, I think there would be a lot more examples that we would see flooding social media, but those are the only two that I've seen myself personally.
With how vocal social media is today, isn't it amazing we haven't seen any more?
It really is, honestly.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see the full video, go to the link in the description. And also, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. God bless. Hey friends, do you want others to discover why the Catholic Church is the church that Jesus established? And do you want to help people make sense of all the confusion in the Catholic Church today? Help contribute to this mission by supporting Reason and Theology at patreon.com/Reason and Theology. By doing so, you'll also get access to exclusive content for patrons only. Also, if you want to deepen your faith, there are free ebooks and even courses that you can sign up for by visiting reason.podia.com.